Good morning, Snow West. It is Saturday, November 16th, and we're getting ready to head up to Island Park in West Yellowstone today. But before we got into the heart of the video, I got a couple of pieces of news I wanted to put out. I want to put out a club news alert. So anybody who's a member of a snowmobile club at the local level, state level, or the national level, I wanted to share a little information with you. That apology video that I put out last week apparently struck a real chord with a whole bunch of people. Enough so that that video got 10,000 actual views, not 10,000 impressions, but 10,000 people actually sat down and watched the whole video, and that's a big deal. That tells me that what I was talking about must be more important to you than I realized. So, I got a cheat card here, by the way. There's enough stuff that I wanted to put out that I actually wanted to look at this. So, first off, if you're watching this as a reel, you're only getting the first 90 seconds of what's going to be a rather long video that I make over the course of the day. Please know that when I make these videos, the first thing I do after I edit them is upload them to YouTube, then I post them at snowwest.com, and then I post them on Facebook. So if you're watching the reel, thank you. You'll need to come back to the actual homepage on Facebook and watch the real video. First thing I wanted to mention, clubs. I'm going to do what I can to leverage my position at Snow West to help out our local clubs, state clubs, and the national organizations. What I do full-time is social media. What I heard at the convention last weekend is that most people felt that their club social media page was lacking. In some cases, it was lacking a lot. So I'm going to put out a proposal to everybody next week. This will cost nothing. It'll be completely free of charge to leverage the technology that I have at snowwest.com to help all of our clubs. Second, Black Friday is coming up. And when people think of Black Friday, usually think of killer, amazing deals. And then you're disappointed to find out that, somebody's offering you 10 or 15% off. Again, I'm going to leverage the position I've got at Snow West to make some huge Black Friday deals. If you're serving as an officer at the club level, at the state or the national level, I'm going to have a phenomenal deal. If you're a paid member, I'll have a very, very good deal. I'm going to extend that all year long. So it's going to be a permanent deal. And same thing will go for anyone who's a paid member at any level. Snow West is going to jump into this game in as big a way as I possibly can to help out. Let's see if we can't strengthen the club structure in the United States and in Canada. But Canada's really got our butts kicked, I have to admit. Okay, second major item. What's on today's video topic? It is early Saturday morning. I'm heading up to Island Park right now. This will be my last pre-season video for the year. I'm going to go hit 5 or 6 spots in Island Park. Let's get an on-the-ground evaluation of what the snow actually looks like up close and in person. Then we're going to go over the pass to West Yellowstone. I'm going to do the same thing in West Yellowstone. And we'll cap off the video with visiting a couple of spots in West Yellowstone for some lunch. Maybe an early breakfast or late breakfast, but it's probably going to be lunch. Let's you guys understand that, most of West Yellowstone and Jackson closes for the month of November. If you're not out here on a regular basis, you may not know that, but a lot of guys shut down for 4, 5, 6 weeks. We'll go over there and take a look and see what's available, what's open, where we can grab some food. And then we'll wrap this up. I will put the drone in the air several times today. I want you to understand exactly what things look like in West Yellowstone and in Island Park. There are people out riding, but the roads are still open, which means there are trucks and cars and vehicles on the sled trails. Sled season has not officially opened yet, but we're close. So I invite you, join me for the journey today, guys. We'll see you. All right, we've made it to destination number 3. We're at Bear Gulch, which is normally where we start the ride for the day if we're going to ride Mesa Falls. This is the big parking lot. It used to be a ski resort many decades ago. We'll just pan around. The roads coming in and out are pretty clean. From here on up, it looks like it is unplowed. I think I'll flip the camera for you. There's the road leading out of Bear Gulch, going up towards Mesa Falls. Still pretty darn thin. Probably you could ride it on a trail sled if you were careful. Going down from Bear Gulch, it is completely clean. And the parking lot here has maybe 1 inch. It is very, very thin here at Bear Gulch still. And again, way back in the day, 40, 50 years ago, there was a ski resort up here once upon a time. Okay, we've made it to destination number 4. As you can see, we're at the Mesa Falls turnoff. And we'll pan around here and look at the snow. We're probably 400 or 500 feet higher than we were down at Bear Gulch. Let me flip the camera around. The snow is a little bit better, but the road is still pretty darn thin. I'm not sure I would want to ride on that, even with the trail sled just yet. I don't see any sign that they're plowing, but on the other hand, it's still mighty thin, you know, maybe 1 inch on the main road coming in. We turn and look down, that's the direction back down towards Bear Gulch. It is a good long ways back there now. You could squeeze it off on a trail sled if you really wanted to, but I think it's probably too soon still for any riding at this point. We are now, you know, at the bottom end. Let's see, what would that be? The southwest corner of Island Park. And from here, we'll head into the interior of Island Park and we'll start to gain some altitude, and we should start seeing better and better snow. All right, destination number 5. We're at the end of the Mesa Falls Scenic Highway, coming up on Highway 20. We're at the outside edge of Last Chance, which is the first part of southwestern Island Park for most people. And we'll flip the camera around. Take a look. Notice how dark the land is. And notice all this scrub. There's absolutely no riding available yet. It's way too early in the season here. This should be buried in snow before we even consider coming out and riding. And there's just a trace of snow. Look back there, there's Jefferson and Sawtell far back in the distance. Again, not a lot of snow yet. We want to see white mountains. Come around here, and that's Harriman State Park in the background. Snow in the parking lot. Again, probably in that 4 to 5 inches range. But we need a lot more snow before this part of the Island Park area is open for riding. All right, we've made it to destination number 6, or maybe I should say checkpoint number 6. We're out at Cave Springs. This is the entrance to Mount Reyes, and usually where I jump off to go take a ride on Mount Jefferson. We'll take a quick pan around here, and we're going to put the drone in the air for the first time. Let me flip this camera around for you. We'll toss the drone up in the air and take a look at the actual mountain and see if there's any snow up in the high country. Looks like there is considerably more snow up high than there is down here. But we'll put the drone aloft and let that tell us what the reality is. And we'll see if that last 6 months of work, learning how to fly that drone, pays off now. We'll see if we can put this little bad boy to some good use finally, and see if we can get some good pictures of the mountain around us. All right, we've made it to destination checkpoint number 7. This is the Big Springs warming hut, which for me is probably one of the best indicators of snow in the entire Island Park complex, and I'll focus in on that in a second. However, this is the biggest parking lot we've got, where the most people come by trailer, and there's the first sign of active snowmobiling. We've got one trailer on the north end, and I've got one trailer on the south end. There are people out riding today. So it took us 7 spots to find where somebody had parked. Now let me flip the camera around. I want you to take a look at this. If you haven't been to the Big Springs Warming Hut, this is a wonderful facility during the winter. There's a big wood stove in there, and the place is wide open all winter long, and you can come in and warm up in the morning or the evening. What I want you to focus on is that roof line. Look at the snow. In the winter, we should see 1 to 2 yards of snow on there. This place gets some significant snowpack. And what we're seeing right now are probably 3 to 4 inches, I would guess. And if we look at the parking lot in general, again, we're going to see that same thing. There's probably 2 inches of snow here in the parking lot. We go down there and look at the beacon check area. The weeds are still sticking through. It is thin, but I would say rideable. If you came out here with a trail sled, you could definitely go for a ride. With a mountain sled, you might have to pause here and there to cool down your engine, but there is enough snow, and there are at least 2 trailers out there riding today. Destination checkpoint number 8. We're at Big Springs. This is where we've had a couple of pictures posted in the last week or so of people riding. There is 1 inch of snow on the road. Guys, don't be fooled. It is entirely too early to be riding here. Nonetheless, it is gorgeous. It has just started to snow today, so there are snowflakes coming down. Big Springs, as always, is just drop dead gorgeous. My lovely wife there coming along, keeping me company today. I'm going to walk across to the other side of the bridge. I'm going to turn around and let you see. Well, we got some duck action going on. Always one of the absolute most beautiful places in all of Island Park, hands down. Let me flip the camera for you. You just can't beat that incredible color that you see here at Big Springs that you don't see anywhere else in Island Park. It is gorgeous, but any pictures you see of somebody riding at this point, you got to consider pretty much it's a staged photo. There just isn't any real snow to speak of. That snow we're looking at here is 1 inch deep. It is very, very shallow. If you look across, you can see clearly how little snow there is. Now, don't lose hope. If you're planning on coming, this is not bad news, guys. We are exactly where we should be for the coming winter. It is cold. The ground is cooled down now, which is what we want. There is a small base layer of insulation, which is what we want. And there is lots and lots of snow coming right now. It's just starting to snow as I speak, and there will be more snow coming Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Originally I said my first target date for riding was the day after Thanksgiving. I hold by that. I still think that's probably going to be the first real solid, safe day of riding. Can you get up high? Yes, 100% you can get up high. But it's not going to be a great ride. But 2 weeks from today, maybe even 10 days from today, that's all going to change. So my feeling right now is that it's a little bit early for Island Park, but if you're hardcore, you can still get up there and ride. By Thanksgiving, it's going to be completely different. All right, I caught 2 snowmobilers out riding today. So there are guys out here making the trek. For all I know, those are the guys that might have been in the trailer that we saw earlier. But there is active sledding going on. Oh, I love it. Yep, gotta love it. There's guys out there doing the game. Well, Snow West, it's 8 hours later than when I started this video this morning, and a few 100 miles of driving today. Hope you guys enjoyed the update on what the snow conditions are in all of Island Park and all of West Yellowstone. It was fun getting out and looking. I think pretty much from here on in, I'm going to be on top of one of these 2 beauties in the back. This will probably be the very last time I do one of these snowless videos for the year. Thanks again for coming along. I hope you enjoyed the trip. I'm Christopher from snowwest.com, and we'll see you online.